Creative Commons is an organization that provides copyright owners of any kind with free licenses based on the ideas of sharing, reusing, and remixing. Creative Commons licenses work alongside copyright law worldwide and basically give people options other than just all rights reserved to license their work. There are a number of different licenses to choose from. All of them include attribution, which basically means if someone uses the content, they need to attribute it to its original source, so the author gets credit for their work. The other optional choices are non-commercial, which means anybody can use the content as long as they don't commercialize it or make money. No derivatives, which means anybody can use it but they cannot change the content from its original form. Share alike, which means anybody can use the content in their work but they must license and share their work in the same way. And CCO, which basically means you reserve none of your rights. It is the equivalent of having your work in the public domain. CCO licenses don't include attribution. Creative Commons licenses are human readable and understandable. They are very easy to include or add to work as the Creative Commons website has a license generator that takes the user through a step-by-step process. Creative Commons licenses have their own fair share of issues and doubters. These stem because it is based on current copyright law. So if copyright law does need to be reformed to include clear fair use in the digital age, then Creative Commons would largely be irrelevant when it is. But in the meantime, until copyright law is hopefully changed, it may very well be a band-aid solution. For a business, Creative Commons has potential. If a film company maintains their exclusive film rights for 15 years, they can still make money as they have the right to, but could then release it under a Creative Commons non-commercial license. This would at least allow for fandom, remix, and so on. For individuals, it's suited for just about anyone. This video series is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike license. If you would like to use anything you've seen, feel free to. Just don't commercialize it, include an attribution, and share your work with a Creative Commons license as well. How much easier is that to understand than standard copyright and fair use or fair dealing? At the very least, Creative Commons keeps the motives behind traditional copyright law in mind, to promote science and the arts, to motivate people to invest their time and talent in creative works, to protect their rights for a limited period of time, and to generate a plentiful public domain with content for everyone around the world to draw from, transform, and share. Looking back, video 1 in this series is an example of what can be created using only content from the public domain today. There are examples of what should be considered fair use and fair dealing in videos 2, 3, and 4, but because of the law, no one can really be sure. And this last video is an example of what can be created using only Creative Commons content. Thank you for watching this video series. I hope you enjoyed it. The aim of this series was not to tell you how you should feel about copyright, but rather to introduce you to copyright and the issues that surround it with content online today. I hope you now have food for thought about copyright, content, and censorship online. If you would like to find even more information, check out the site where there's not only references to work I have used, but also links to many other resources. Keep in mind that copyright reform is not about defending genuine piracy or crime. The point is though, what we must do is ensure we maintain our rights to express ourselves, our right to access and share content. That doesn't mean closing down Hollywood, or that companies don't have the right to protect themselves and their profits. Of course they do. Copyright reform should be about everyone having the exclusive rights to their own work and being given the opportunity to share and benefit from them. It should be about minimizing irrational, biased censorship and everyone having freedom of expression, the freedom to remix, create, and communicate. Freedom of imagination.
Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look and you'll slip into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in a world like creation. We'll see, we'll defy expectation. want to change the world. There's nothing to it.